Hey, welcome back to 2DG.
Two.
We've got another beer review. What do we have this time?
Today we have Pennsylvania tuxedo.
Not Tennessee tuxedo.
Not that. A different state. This is from Dogfish Head. This is, let me read the bottle for official.
Please do.
This is an ale, or pale ale, brewed with Pennsylvania spruce tips. Now I'm sure they still use hops in there, but
I'm sure.
Pennsylvania spruce tips will add a sappy, piney nature.
That's what I envision.
Beer. Yeah.
Admittedly, you've had it.
I have.
I have not.
I've had two now. It's been probably about a month or so since I've had one. So it's, it's kind of like new. The three beers that we've had previous in these reviews have all been stouts or kind of along the same lines. This one, completely different direction.
Yeah.
So let's crack it open and let's see.
Let's do that. So since it has spruce, and you typically think of a piney flavor with the West Coast, does that mean it's an East Coast-ish take on a West Coast using East Coast product?
Kind of, but no.
It's unique. Okay, I like where this is going. So let's get a pour.
Let's do that. Now, Dogfish Head is huge, number one, nationally. But number two, despite the fact that they're, a massive company, they still do things that are crazy. A lot of things that other breweries either will not do or just
Probably can't afford to do some of them. But that's the beauty.
Yeah.
That's why we love Dogfish Head. They can do things crazy and beautiful.
Great to see.
So let's get a look at the clarity here. The overall.
Extremely clear. A nice orange marmalade color.
Yeah, if you've, Dogfish Head's always clear.
A half a quarter or an eighth.
I will say, though, she's got
with
excellent stiction. It really climbs up there and then stays for a while.
So you're looking at 8.5%, which for Dogfish Head levels, honestly, is kind of medium to low.
Well, I was going to say it's about medium to high.
Yeah.
I won't say like a real high. Well, but anyway. Dogfish Head typically has a lot of residual sugars, in my opinion. And to have that stiction is not a surprise at all.
Alright, let's give it a nose.
Look at that. Okay. Ooh, wow. I get a little... Ooh, wow. There's hints of a... You actually said orange marmalade in the color. But I'm going to give it orange marmalade in the nose, too. That is really phenomenal. There is definite orange, but then it melds into a sweetness that there is like a marmalade-y, orange marmalade-y smell. But there's also that grainy malt sweetness, too.
Here's the thing.
I've had a little bit of a piney spruce, maybe.
I've had this before, so I know what's coming. But in the nose, orange marmalade to orange flavor. Nice piney, resinous, citrus.
Yeah, it's very organic.
But also earthy, piney nature as well. Nice balance as far as the nose goes. Nothing that completely, dominates anything else, and it really leaves to the imagination a nice, well-balanced beer.
Oddly enough, it reminds me of the orange flavor and the hard candies at Christmas, too. The old-fashioned hard candies. So I think the timing on this release is ingenious. Congrats to the marketing department.
Let's give it a taste.
I almost hate to. It smells so good.
Okay, so you get a nice balance of sweetness, flavor pretty much to the first third of the tongue, orange slash marmalade slash malt sweetness. Past that, lots of resiny pininess, not dank per se. Like I said, nice resiny flavor. Past that, towards the first 2/3 of the tongue, it's pretty much dry, not severely dry, but
it's very dry.
Pretty dry.
It's very dry.
No, well, pretty dry. The spruce tips or spruce needles, whatever you want to call it, really comes in at that point. Severely drowns out the rest of the flavor. Really goes through the entire palate after that.
Oh.
Well, go ahead. I haven't heard you do anything but interrupt me.
Because you're wrong.
Oh, well, no, that's not fair. But
Mouthfeel
also
is
not
very
true.
thin, especially for Dogfish Head beer. But it works. All the flavor rides on top of that liquid, though. I don't think it's blended through the liquid as much as you would expect, but it works. Again, it works. As he said, orange marmalade up front melds into spruce, but it doesn't dominate. It plays well with the sweetness and the orange. It's just it takes the more dominant role. I'm highly impressed with the way this beer works.
Well, that's entirely what I said, I think.
I think you said that spruce dominates on the back, and I'm going to say no. And it is extremely dry, front to back, no question about it.
Well, you're wrong.
Not
But anyway, it does, balance well towards, the back end. But at the end, there it is. At the end, it is super dry, but also super piney, and not in the fact that like a traditional grapefruit piney hoppiness. It's legitimate pine needle. If you put a pine needle in your mouth, that's what you're
Maybe
gonna get.
even you're climbing that tree at the pine tree at church, and then you lick your hand, and you got that sap, and it's a little bit of bitterness too. Not bitterness, but just downright nastiness. No, it's a tannic bitterness. A little bit of that, but not bad.
All right, so let's go ahead and give it a review. Now we punched it up on Rate Beer. This one is under Imperial IPA, which is a little surprising, but
I am surprised.
style they give it a 58. Overall they give it a 91. So Imperial IPA, what do you give this one?
I'm actually going to go an 8. I think it is a little less than the typical for an Imperial IPA. I think it's a little less than the typical for a Dogfish Head. It's finely crafted, but again, I say the flavors are riding on top of the delivery mechanism, the liquid. I think it has a beautiful blend, but nothing really stands out as the more dominant. I think a little more sweetness would have helped this. But all in all, it's an excellent beer. It is unique, but it's not something that's going to warrant a 10 rating.
I'll give it a 7.5 as well. It's well balanced, but at the same time, at the back end, the spruce tips is really what you get. There's no sweetness balance towards past the first half of the palate. It's not anything special that you're gonna want to drink over and over again. You have to applaud Dogfish Head for being as big as they are to get that many spruce tips to distribute that kind of beer with that kind of flavor all over the country, at least to the Midwest. It's a huge accomplishment. But that being said, it's okay. It's not great.
Right, but it is quality.
Yeah. Overall,
7.5. I think it's fine beer. I would like to try it again. I think we could get a little more chill on it would help. I don't know that it's not something I'm going to go to frequently, but I do think as a winter / festive holiday, Christmas holiday time, I think this is a unique beer to have, and I think it's enjoyable. I think most people will enjoy it, and they'll enjoy it for the novelty that it is, and not that it's a craft beer. So I think even your Coors Light drinkers would drink this at the holiday time and go, well, that's pretty neat, Especially if you taste it and tell them what they're tasting.
I disagree with a lot of you said. So for me, your traditional beer drinker isn't going to go after this. Mostly because it's got that flavor that's kind of not off-putting in a way, but different. They're not going to drink something that's not normal compared to what it is. Not to rip off Three Floyds.
I was going to say, that's not Dogfish's.
Well, Dogfish Head goes out of the realm of expectancy. This one, it's a good IPA. It's good, well balanced, sweetness to hoppiness and all that stuff. Alcohol is not that driven behind it, or it's not the flavor, but the spruce tips are tremendously noticeable. That being said, it's good, but I don't think the people that drink beer every day, or at least go for Miller, Coors, Bud, anything like that, Busch, I don't think there's any room for them to necessarily want to gravitate towards this, even though they are, like I said, a lot bigger than traditional, craft breweries.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely are a lot bigger.
Yeah.
I'll just go back with what I said. I really do think this is a seasonal holiday beer that even your average beer drinker will enjoy.
It's not the
only
right bottle.
Huh?
What?
There's your Pennsylvania Tuxedo. Here's your 2DG review. Thanks for watching.
2DG.
See you.
What?